And we've been hearing about supply chain problems as well. This plant, in what it works with, resin, computer chips, cardboard box, I mean, really anything. They say that it's been difficult for them because of a global supply chain crisis. And it goes everywhere from cargo ships that are off the Atlantic to manufacturers based in Europe, and all the way to where this factory is in Pritchard, West Virginia. It's like 300 people. This town is actually one person smaller than the town where my family comes from. 300 people. And the shortage of workers, because people think it's, as we talked about last week, if you got $800 a week to stay home, or you would work for $1,000 a week, a lot of people are taking that lesser option. And he's getting blasted by customers. Have you noticed like your shipments are taking longer to get here? Have you noticed that too? I mean, it's affecting everything. And the crazy thing about this is that the reasons that it's affecting anything, it doesn't actually have to do with the virus. It has to do with all these restrictions that are still in place that are just strangling. I trust a business owner who is dealing day in and day out. And remember, these people also are up for liability, right? If you're a business owner, you are running a business, whether it is it's a dock, whatever it is, that business owner they've already assumed the liability of anything that could possibly go wrong. Why do you think workers' comp exists? This is why workers' comp's here. But you have on top of that governments, most of these people have never even worked a day in their life. I can only name a handful of people in the Senate that actually are small business owners or began as small business owners. Most everybody, look at Bernie Sanders. He never worked in the private sector ever, like Karl Marx, never worked in the private sector. And I do not consider printing a zine in the 70s about pop culture and weed to be a private sector enterprise that is worthy of being considered a small business, particularly when he never had to make payroll, Kane. Right. He never had to worry about payroll. Yep. These people have no idea. So you're going to, or anybody would allow these people to determine the best practices for these businesses is insane to me. I trust the business owner more than I trust some politician in D.C. who I bet some of these people in D.C. have never even been to Pritchard, West Virginia. I bet some of them never have. I would trust this guy to run his business and be safe on his floor and figure out what protocol he needs to go by than I would somebody in Washington, D.C. That's the problem. That's the problem with so much of this.